Hello everyone, welcome to sjprogrammingsolutions. So in today's video we are going to create a student management application in Java, and this application we will connect with our MySql database. Okay, so let's see how this application will look like after development. So very first, whenever we will run this application, we can get this screen where we can see welcome to student management application, and after that these are the operations which we can perform. Okay, so very first operation is to add the student. So whenever we are entering our choice as a 1, that time we can add student into our database. Second option is to show all students, so that time we can see all the students whatever we have added into our database. Okay, the third option is to get the student based on roll number. So here we can enter the roll number and we can get all the details of that student. Okay, for example, if we enter roll number as a 1, then we will get all the details of the student whose roll number is 1. Okay, the fourth operation is to delete the student. So here also we can provide the student roll number and that student will be deleted from our database. Fifth operation is to update the student. So here we can update the details of the student. And last operation is exit from the application. So whenever we will exit from the application, we can see one message, thank you for using the application, and here our application will end. Okay, so this is a basic overview of application. Now let's see. So when we are entering the 1, here we can add the student. Okay, so enter the name. So for example, here I want to add the student Sheetal, and college name we can see DYPCOE. After that, city we can write Mumbai, and percentage let's take 98. Okay, so now here we can see the message record inserted successfully. Okay, so this record should insert in our database. Now if you want to see, then we can enter show all students. Okay, so if I am entering 2, here we can see all the student details. So for now we have added only one student, so here we can see only one student details. Okay, now let's add some more student. So here let's add Rima. The college name will be PCCO. Then city let's take Pune, and percentage 78. Okay, so now we have 2 students. If we want to see, we can enter the choice as show all students. So here we have the 2 students. Okay, so we can see first one is Sheetal, second one is Rima. Okay, now if we want to see the student based on their roll number, then we can enter 3, and here let's suppose we want to see the details of the student whose roll number is 2. Okay, so see here we are only getting the student details whose roll number is 2. Now if we want to delete this student, then how we can delete? We have to enter 4. So here we can get the message enter roll number. So we want to enter the roll number 1. 1 we want to delete. Now student deleted successfully. So how we can confirm that if the student is deleted or not? So here we can enter the choice as a 3 and the roll number as a 1, which we have deleted recently. Okay, now we are trying to get the detail whose roll number is 1, but that roll number is deleted. Okay, so see here we are getting the message record with this ID is not present in system, means that record is deleted. Okay, now let's suppose we want to update the student. So here 5, and here we will get 3 options. Means what you want to update? You want to update your name, city or college name. So here we can enter I want to update the name of the student. So enter the student ID will be 1, and here it is asking us to enter the new name. Okay, so currently the roll number 1 has the name Sheetal. Now we want to update it and we want to make it Seema. So see here we are getting the message name updated successfully. So we can check. So here if we enter 2, then we can see here the name is updated to Rima. Okay, So if we enter 6, we will be out of the application. We can get this message. Okay, so this is a overview of our application which we are going to create. Okay, now let's start with the coding. So here I have created a simple Java project, student management application, and in this Java project we have these packages com.sjprogramming DAO, then com.sjprogramming DB, main and model. Okay, so in this main package we have the client class, means here our main method will be there. So this is our starting point of the application. Okay, so after that in model class we have our student model class. Okay, so this is our Pojo class, and in the DB we have this DB connection class where we will create the database connection. Okay, so in DAO we have the DAO interface which contain all these operations which we are going to perform on our student, and this is the student DAO which will implement the student DAO interface. Okay, so this is the project structure, and one more thing is that we are connecting this application to MySql, so we have to add this jar, MySql connector jar. Okay, so how we can add? So here you have to click on the file, then project structure, and in project structure you have to select these modules, and after that click on this plus symbol, and then you can add your MySql connector jar. After that just click on the apply and OK. Okay, so currently we already added this MySql connector jar, so let's cancel this, and now you are ready to create your student management application. Okay, so very first let's create our student Java class. So this is our model class. These are the fields which we have: student roll number, name, then student college name, then what is the city of the student, and after that the percentage. Okay, now here we have to create the getter setter methods. So generate getter setter, okay, for all the fields. Now once we are done with the getter setter, we have to create the constructor. So constructor with all the fields, and then we have to create the constructor. So this time we will exclude this roll number because roll number will auto increment in our database. Okay, so after that one simple default constructor. Okay, so we have generated the constructor and getter setter methods. Now we are just left with the toString method. So here select this toString, and toString method will be for all these fields. Okay, so now we are ready with our model class. Now let's create the database connection. Okay, so inside this DB connection class we will create the database connection. So one method we will create, that method will return the connection object. Okay, so very first let's create static connection con, and after that we will write one method public static connection and create connection. Okay, so this will return us the connection object. So let's write here return con. Okay, now here we have to load our driver classes, then also we have to provide the username password of our MySql database, and then we will return this connection object. Okay, so let's write try, and here catch exception ex dot print stack trace. Okay, inside this try block let's load the driver. So here class dot for name, and here we will write com dot mysql dot jdbc dot driver. Okay, and after that let's create the user. So here the username is root for me. You can provide your MySql username. Then password will be root underscore pass underscore 1234. You can replace your password here. And then URL. So here URL we have to write JDBC MySql localhost, and this is our MySql port. So MySql port will be 3306, and this is our database name. Okay, and after that you have to write this auto reconnect true, and then use SSL false or true, anything. Okay, so once we are done with username, password, URL, then we can write con is equal to driver manager dot get connection. Okay, and here we will pass our URL, then user, and then password. Okay, so now we have to return this connection object. Okay, so here we have already returned that. Now we are done with the database connection part. Okay, so for now we have done the model class creation and database creation. Okay, now let's go to our client.java. So this is our main method. So this is our menu driven program. So very first let's write the menu. Okay, before that let's create the scanner sc is equal to new scanner. Here we have to pass system.in. Okay, we will be needing the scanner class, and after that one message, welcome to student management application. Yeah, so after that in while, this is the menu driven application, so inside this while we have to write the menu. Okay, so what will be our menu? Very first option to add the student, so add student. After that second option to show all students, show all students. After that third option is to show student or get student based on roll number. The fourth option will be delete the student. And then fifth to update the student. Update student. Sixth will be to exit from the application. So this is our menu. Now here we are going to use the switch case. Okay, so for switch case we need the choice. So here let's enter choice int ch is equal to sc dot next in. Okay, so here choice we will get from the user, and now inside the switch let's write the case 1. So case 1 is to add the student. Okay, so here let's write the message add student. Here I am just creating the basic template, so after that we are going to write the logic. Okay, so case 2 to show all details. s out, here we can write show all students, and every time we have to write the break. Then case 3 is for getting the student based on id, so get student based on roll number, break. After that, case 4 is to delete the student, so delete student, then break. Case 5 to update the student, so here just we have to write the messages accordingly, update the student and break. And the last one is to exit from the application. Okay, so exit. So here we can give the message, thank you for using student management application. And to exit from the application, system.exit, and here the exit code will be 0. Okay, if user is entering any other choice, then here we can write default and appropriate message, please enter valid choice. Okay, so now our basic application is ready, but currently we don't have any logic. Okay, so just run the application and see if we are able to see the menu or not. Okay, so currently if we enter, we can see here welcome to student management application, and these are the options. Okay, so for example, if we enter here, let's suppose update student 5 choice, then we can see update the student. Okay, currently we don't have any logic, so we are going to write the logic, but the basic menu is ready here. Now if you want to exit from the application, just we have to enter 6 and we are out of the application. Okay, so now let's start with writing the logic for inserting the student into the database, then show all student. So all this logic we are going to write now. Okay, so very first let's write the logic to create the student. Okay, so very first is the add student. So if we open our interface, in this interface we have all the methods written here. Now we have the student DAO class, so here we have to implement that interface. Okay, so implement student DAO interface. Now if we are implementing any interface, we have to provide the implementation to all the methods. Okay, so here we have to provide implementation for all these 5 methods. Now let's create. Very first method is insert student. Okay, so now when we are inserting the student, we need all the student details. Okay, so in our main class here, let's write very first message will be enter student name. Okay, so what name you want to insert? So here we will get string name is equal to sc dot next. So this will be our student name, then enter student college name. So string college name is equal to sc dot next. After college name we can ask enter city, then string city is equal to sc dot next, and then percentage, enter percentage. Okay, So for the percentage we can write double percentage is equal to sc dot next double. Okay, now we have all the details about the student and we have to add these details. So now let's create the student object. So student st is equal to new student. Okay, and here we can pass all these details. So name, then college name, after that city, and then percentage. Okay, now we have passed all the student information. So now we have now we have to call our insert method. Okay, so how we that insert method is available in our student DAO class. Okay, so in our client.java we have to create the object of that class. So how we can create the objects? Student DAO interface DAO is equal to new student DAO class. Okay, so now we have the object of this student DAO class, and through this object we can access all the methods inside this class. Okay, so here now we can write DAO dot insert student, and here we have to pass the student object. Okay, now once we inserted the student, we want to see the message like your record is added successfully or record inserted successfully. Okay, so for that let's create here one boolean variable, boolean ans. Okay, and if record is added successfully, then only we want to show that message. So here we can write if answer, then show the message to the user that record inserted successfully. Okay, otherwise something went wrong. So here let's write something went wrong, please try again. Okay, so now our case 1 code is ready. Now we have to go to this method and write our logic. Okay, so inside this insert student method of our student DAO class, let's write the logic. Okay, so here very first we have to create the connection object. Okay, so try, catch, exception, ex, and first print our stack trace. If any exception will get, we will get to know. Okay, so here connection con is equal to our database connection class is db connection. Okay, so here we can write db connection dot create connection method, because this method is returning the connection object. Okay, now our connection is established. Now we want to insert the details. So for inserting the detail, we have to write first query. So string query is equal to, so query will be insert into our class is student, sorry, our table. So student details. So this is the table. Okay, inside the student details we want to add student name. Okay, so sname is the column name. So sname, after that college name, then city and percentage. Okay, so these are the details we want to add. So values, here values, first value, second value, third and fourth. Okay, so these are the placeholders. So this is our insert query. So let me show you the database details as well. So if we open our MySQL workbench, then see here, so we have this student database, and inside this student database we have created this student details table, okay, which has this roll number. Roll number will be auto incrementing, and then yes name, college name, city and percentage. Okay, if we execute select star from student details, so currently we don't have any data here. Now we are going to add the record. Okay, so now let's open our code. So this is our insert query. Now we are going to insert this record. So let's create prepare statement. PST is equal to con dot prepare statement, and here we can pass the query. Okay, after that, so after that we have to add the values to all these placeholders like yes name, college name, city and percentage. Okay, so how we can add that? So here we can write pst dot set string, and this is the first placeholder, which is the student name. Okay, so for that here we can write yes dot get name. Okay, because in this student object we already added all that values whichever user has provided, so from that object only we are getting the value. Okay, so same way we have to do for others as well. So pst dot set string, second parameter, what is the second parameter? College name. So here we can write yes dot get college name. Okay, now pst dot set string, and the third parameter is city, so yes dot get city. Pst dot set double, and then fourth will be yes dot get percentage. Okay, percentage type is double, so that we have written set double. Okay, after that we have to execute this, so pst dot execute update. Okay, and after that here let's take one boolean flag. So initially this flag will be false. Okay, and once we inserted the record, then we will make that flag as a true. And now here also we are going to return the flag. Okay, means if record inserted successfully, then this flag will become true, and here we will get the true value. And in our client.java file, here if inserted record successfully, then we can get this message. Otherwise, if flag is false, then we will get the message something went wrong, please try again. Okay, now let's save this, and let's test the first method insert student if it is working or not. Okay, let's run the application. So here we can see, now we have to enter the choice as a 1. Okay, so add student. So here enter the student name, let's add the student Sheetal. The college name we can write DYPCOE. The city Pune, and percentage let's write 89. Okay, so now we are getting the message record inserted successfully. Okay, now how we can check that? Let's open our MySQL. Okay, and here let's execute this query. So currently we don't have any record here, but if we execute this, now see here one record is inserted successfully. Okay, so now we are done with one operation, insertion of the record or creating the student. Okay, now we have to write the logic for the second one, which is show student. Okay, this one, show all students. So here same we will be creating the connection object first. So for that let's write the try catch block. So here we will write ex.print stack trace. Inside this try let's create the connection con is equal to db connection dot create connection, and then we want to show all the student details. So let's create the query string query is equal to, what is the query to get all the data? Select star from table name. So our table name is student details. Okay, so in this query we will get all the result. So here let's write statement stmt is equal to con dot create statement. Okay, and now let's write stmt dot execute query, and here we will pass the query. Okay, now this is returning the result set. Okay, so let's create here result set res. Okay, now inside this result set we have all the records. So here let's write while res dot next. So if we have the records inside our result set, then we are going to print that. So s out, here we can write roll number, roll number. So here we will write res dot get int and first. Okay, so first we will get the roll number, and then student name. Okay, so student, or let's write only the name. For the name also same way we have to write rs dot get string to. Okay, so let's take this to next line. After that we have the college name. So college name rs dot get string, and here we will pass 3. Okay, then slash n fourth number. So what will be the fourth we have percentage, sorry, city of the student. Okay, so here we can write rs dot get string, and index will be 4 slash n, and here we have to write the percentage rs dot get double, and the column name 5. Okay, so now here we have to write plus. Okay, so now here all the data will print. Okay, so once we, so there may be so many records, so just to separate the records we are writing this system.out.println statement. Okay, now let's go to our client.java file, and here the case 1 is to add the student, that is done. Now show all student. Okay, so here we have to call this method. So dow dot show all students. Okay, now let's run the program and see if we are getting all the student details or not. Okay, so let's run the program, and here, so first option is to add the student, and second is to show all students. So let's enter 2, and here we are getting this student. Okay, so currently we have only one student in our database, so let's add some more students. So choice will be one student name. Let's make it Tina. College name YCCE. City Mumbai. Percentage 80/80. Okay, so now we have two students. So if we are entering show students, so here roll number 1 the Sheetal, and the roll number 6 is Tina. Okay, so these two students we have currently. So let's exit from the application now. So we are ready with two operations. So first one is to insert the record and second one is to show all students. Okay, now third one is to get the student based on roll number. So here we have to pass the roll number. So let's write the message, enter roll number, int roll is equal to sc dot next int, and here we have to call dow dot show student by id, and here we will pass the roll number. Okay, now here let's take one boolean variable f. Now let's suppose we have the roll number 1, so that time we will get details of roll number 1. Okay, but let's suppose user entered some roll number 100 and that roll number is not available, so that time user should get the message that this roll number or this student with this roll number is not available in our system. Okay, so for that we will take this boolean variable, and here we will check. If that is not true, means not f, then print the message that this student is not available. Okay, so student with this id is not available in our system. Okay, so this will be the correct message. Now let's go to show student by id method. Okay, so whatever we have written here for show all students, same thing we have to write here, and we will make some changes. Okay, just copy this and paste here. The same thing we want, so only we have to change this query. Okay, so here string query select star from student details, so this will give all the student details, but now we want the specific student. So here let's add select star from student details, where roll num is equal to, here we have to pass this roll. Okay, so this is our roll number. So let's check if that column name is correct or not. Yeah, so we have this column name. Okay, so now let's open our Intellige. So now here we will get only the student whose ID is whatever will be the ID user pass. Okay, now we will be getting here the same detail. Just comment this line because currently we have only one record. So now if we run the application, we can see very first is to add the student. Let's keep that show all student. So here we are getting two students, student roll number 1 and student roll number 6. Okay, now if we want to get the student based on roll number, so here let's enter 3 and roll number 1. Okay, so see here, if we are entering roll number 1, we are getting the detail of the student whose roll number is 1. Okay, so this way we can write. Now let's come out of the application, and here, okay, so this is some mistake, I think spelling mistakes. now we are done with adding the student, then getting the student based on ID and show all students. Now let's go to our client.java, and here we are done with 1, 2 and 3 cases. Now the fourth one is to delete the student. Now fourth one is to delete the student. Okay, so here also let's write the message, enter roll number to delete, means which your student you want to delete. Okay, so for that, int rollnum is equal to sc dot next int, and this roll number we have to pass. So dow dot delete method, and here we will pass this roll num. Okay, now again let's take this in some boolean variable, boolean f. Okay, and here we have to check again if that record is deleted successfully, then we are going to write the message that record deleted successfully. Okay, so if ff is true, then give the message that record deleted successfully. Otherwise, same message we can write something went wrong. Okay, now let's go to our delete method here. So show all student, show student by ID, done. Now this is our delete method. Okay, so here let's write the try catch block first. Inside this try block, let's create the connection con is equal to our db dot create connection, and now we want to delete the record. So let's write the string query is equal to, so how we can write the delete query, delete from table name student details where roll num is equal to, and here we have to pass the roll number. Okay, now let's create the prepare statement. Pst is equal to con dot prepare statement and pass the query here. After that we can write pst dot execute update. Okay, now this record will be deleted. So let's take one variable here, boolean flag is equal to false, and if that record deleted successfully, let's make it true. Flag, and also we have to return this flag. Okay, now I think we are ready with delete method also. So let's run the application again to check whether we are on correct tag. So add student is done, show all student. So if we can see all the student, now if you want to delete this student whose roll number is 6, then here just enter 4. So it will ask enter roll number to delete. So you want to enter 6. Okay, I think some mistake we did here. What is the error? Let's see. Table student dot student. Okay, so this is the spelling mistake. Go to our student class here and see student. Okay, now I think it will work. So stop and rerun. So fourth number, we want to delete the student whose roll number is 6. Okay. See here we are getting the message a record deleted successfully. So how we can check now? Get the student based on roll number. So just enter here 3 and roll number we will provide 6. But 6 we have deleted recently. So here we will get the message that this record is not available. Okay, see here student with this id is not available in our system. Okay, means that id is deleted successfully. Now let's come out of this, and now we are just left with the update operation. So let's start with that. Go to our client.java file, and here the fifth one is to update the student. Okay, so here let's write the message. Like here also we will provide the menu, because for the student we have the different fields like student name, then student city, percentage. Okay, so which one you want to update, for that we can give here the menu. So let's write very first will be to update the name. Okay, then second will be to update, let's update student college name. Okay, and again if you want, like if you want to update anything, just you have to enter or add in this menu. Okay, so for now let's keep name and college name. Then here we have to ask to the user for choice, so enter your choice. Int ch is equal to sc dot next int. So this ch is already available, so let's make it choice. Okay, and after that here we can write if choice is equal to 1, then 1 is for updating the name. Okay, so here like if you want to update the name, then let's enter here, enter new name which you want to update. Okay, then string name is equal to sc dot next. Okay, so variable name already exists. Okay, let's make it s name. Now we have taken the new name from the user, and now we want to update this. Okay, so now let's create the student object. So student st is equal to new student, and here okay std, and here we want to set this new name. So let's write std dot set name, and here we will pass this s name. Okay, also we want the roll number, so enter roll number, int roll num is equal to sc dot next int. Now we have the roll number which we want to update, and the new name as well. Okay, so and this student as well. Now here let's write dav dot update student. Okay, so for this first we have to pass the roll number, so rnum is our variable here. After that what we want to update name, so here let's pass s name, and then what is the choice, like if choice is 1, then we are going to update the name. So here let's pass choice and our student object. Okay, so now we are done here. Also let's create one boolean flag just for the user message. So here we will write if flag is true, then print name updated successfully, else something went wrong. Okay, so now we can update the student name. So let's check that. So this is in our client.java file. Okay, now we have to make the changes in our student DAO class. So this is our update method. So here we can write if choice. So very first let's create one variable choice and assign this here, and here we will check if choice is equal to 1, then we are going to update the student name. Okay, so for that first let's create the connection. So before that, this should be in our try catch block. So try catch exception ex and ex dot print stack trace. Inside this try block we have to write the logic. If choice is equal to 1, then here let's create the connection con is equal to, same steps are there. If we create this type of applications, then we will get to know that all the steps are same. So here connection is created. So after that let's create the query. String query is equal to, so this will be to update the name. So update student details set sname is equal to, so here name will be the name which user will be passed. Okay, where rollnum is equal to this placeholder. Okay, now we will create the prepare statement object. Prepare statement ps is equal to con dot prepare statement, and let's pass the query here. Now ps dot set string, so this is for this sname. So here the parameter we will pass 1, and now we have to pass here the name. Okay, so this will be our name which user will be passed. So here let's pass the name. Okay, now ps dot set int, so this is for this roll number. So index will be 2, and here this is our roll number, so just pass here. Okay, so now roll number is this name is updated for this roll number. Now let's execute this query. So ps dot execute update. Okay, and after that we have to create the flag. Initially it will be false, and if we updated this successfully, then make this as a true. Okay, and then here also we have to return the same flag. Now I think it should work. Let's run the application and see. So currently how many records we have? So we have only one record, roll number 1 and name Sheetal. Okay, now if we want to update this, so let's enter the choice as a 5, and here we are getting our menu update name and college name. So currently we want to update the name. Okay, so enter the roll number 1. Now new name, what will be the new name? So let's keep it Ravina. Okay, see here we are getting the message name updated successfully. Now if we want to see, so here let's enter show all student and see here the previously name was Sheetal, now it's Ravina. Okay, so now we have successfully updated the name of the student. Okay, now let's come out of this application. So see here, so currently we are done with inserting the student, then delete the student. We have updated the student name as well. After that, this is to show all student and show student by ID. So we are done with all the operations now. If we go to client.java, so here we have this case 5 to update the student. Okay, so here I have written the logic for choice 1 means update the name. So same way we can write for the college name as well. So you can try that to update the college name as well as to update the percentage. So that's it for student management application project. So I hope everything is clear to you. If you have any questions, you can mention in comment section, and in the description I will provide the link for the source code. So you can watch this video, try to create the application on your own, and if you are getting stuck somewhere, then you can refer the source code. Also, I will provide the database details as well. And if you find it helpful, please subscribe to the channel and share this video with your friends so they can also learn this. Thank you so much.